What is up, guys? It's just sisters, and today we're doing the story of how we went into labor. All right, so let's get into the video. Okay, well, I'll start. And when I had my baby, I have a 4-year-old, and I have my 7-month-old. She's about to be 8 months in a couple of days. But my 4-year-old, when I had her, she was born in 2015, and my water broke. I wanted to go in labor so bad, like so bad. I was ready for the little girl to get out. I was ready to meet her. I was so excited. Like, it's my baby. I was just ready to see her. Like, I was so excited.
Right.
So I started asking people, like, because I was walking. I walked, like, I did walks. I did exercise. I ran. I did squats.
Oil too.
I did everything, and nothing worked. So I started asking people what would work to help you, jumpstart your labor, help you go into labor. A lot of people told me, like, castor oil, drink castor oil.
Right.
So I drank some castor oil. A lot of people say drink like a teaspoon, but some people say drink a half a bottle. So what I did, I went to Walmart, I got castor oil, and I drank a half a bottle.
Yeah.
People said it was nasty, but when I tasted it, it had no taste. It had no taste, no smell. So
Just with your finger?
I didn't think, just with my finger. Okay. It didn't have no taste, no smell, nothing. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be okay, it's not gonna be bad. So I go to drink it. I'm drinking it, and it's thick. Thick. It's going down my throat.
Ew.
Going down my throat. I start gagging, and I'm about to throw up, and I can smell the oil as it's going down my throat. And if you smell castor oil, and black Jamaican castor oil smells exactly the same, like that's what it smelled like. Going down my throat. Like, right. And it was thick. So I was gagging, just thinking about it. Still to this day, 4 years later, like almost 5 years later, I still cannot stand that smell. Like, I can't even put it in my hair. I can't put it in my daughter's hair. I can't do nothing with that oil because it makes me gag. I get really sick. Like, I get sick. I feel it in my stomach. So right. I drank half the bottle. The taste was just in my mouth for a while, for a long time. So I started drinking soda, orange juice, everything. Nothing would get that taste out my mouth and out of my throat. So I drank 8 cough drops after cough drops. That helped for a little bit, but then the taste would come right back. So, and that was like about, I'll say 1 o'clock in the afternoon. At around, I'll say 9 at night, I'm getting off the bed because I have to go to the bathroom. I was laying down, not really feeling good all day. So I'm getting up off the bed. As soon as I stretched my leg off the bed, my water just broke.
Wow.
A gush. Just a gush. And it feels like I'm peeing on myself. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm running to the bathroom because I had to go pee. So I'm running to the bathroom. I sit down on the toilet. I start peeing. And then once I'm done peeing, it's still coming out like I'm peeing. And I'm like, what the heck? No matter how much I try to stop it, it was still coming out. Wow. So then I was just like, oh my gosh. I started calling for my boyfriend, like, hey, come here, bring me some pants, give me a pad, like I need something. I got everything together. I was like, I think my water broke. So they're panicking. I'm not feeling no pain or nothing. I'm just like, I'm in shock, like my water broke. Like,
because that's around the time that I'm
about to have labor. Like, I'm about to have my baby. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So everybody's like panicking. Everybody's like there.
She was so calm.
I was just calm. I'm start texting everybody like, yeah, my water broke.
I think I'm about to have her.
I think I'm about to have my baby. I'm all excited. Everybody
she was
like,
able to walk.
Make sure you eat before you go to the hospital. I start eating chicken, like smashing on everything so I can make sure I eat, like make sure I'm cool. I get to the hospital. They check me. Yes, my water broke. Next thing you know it, they hook me up to everything. They get me the Pitocin. I start getting contractions. The contractions wasn't bad. I could feel the contractions coming. And then it just come and it's strong and then it was gone. Then I was just like, okay, I'm cool. My mom, she come in. She like, oh no, I see your contractions going high. We're gonna you're gonna get the epidural. She called the nurse. The nurse come in. I get the epidural. The epidural hurt. It hurt so bad getting it. Like, I felt them when I got numbed. I felt it going in. It hurt so bad. I wanted to jump, and there was a lady in front of me holding me down so I couldn't move while the nurse was behind me, the anesthesia lady, putting everything in me. Right. So it hurt so bad. this was on a Monday. I didn't have her until Wednesday. So all that time I was in labor. I was trying to walk around till I got the epidural. I got the epidural like Tuesday. So on Tuesday all the way until Wednesday, I was just laying there. I started feeling the pressure of my contractions. So I called the nurse like, hey, I'm feeling my contractions. They came in, gave me more medicine through the little tube in my back. After that, my legs was dead. When it became time to push, my legs was dead. They were just flopping over. Like, they had to hold my legs up. That's how I was just numbed. I didn't feel nothing. So when it was time to push, I pushed. Like, it was so, like, I feel like the hardest part of that labor with her was the pushing and me getting the epidural. Like, the epidural hurt so bad. The contractions was nothing. I can deal with it. It was just like pain and then it eased. I can deal with it. But them pushing, because they want you to push and push and push even when you don't have no more air in your body and you can't breathe it back in, so they want you to hold it, so you gotta hold it and then push more, push, and then your face is red and your face all scrunched up and you're just pushing and focused. And then I finally got my baby out and I finally met my baby. But I'm the type of person, when I get shots I want to see it. So when I was pushing, I wanted to see. So I was like, can I see? So they brought a mirror in and I start pushing and I'm watching and I start seeing my stuff like open up. And once I start seeing my stuff open up while I'm pushing, I instantly close my eyes. I closed my eyes. And then after I got done with that push, I was like, get the mirror out. Get the mirror out. Because that was not cool. Like, I would have passed out. If I would have seen that, I probably would have passed out. My own stuff opening up, even though I can't feel it. Like, that's crazy.
Right, but you're the type to want to watch everything happen to you. So you just seeing that, you just like, okay, I want to see it. But then just seeing that, you was just like, okay, I might pass out. It's all right.
Now, with Serenity, my 7-month-old baby, when I had her, I got induced. I went to the hospital at 39 weeks. They had a bed ready for me. They started the medicine and everything. So my water didn't break. I wasn't having contractions, nothing. I just got induced. No reason at all, just got induced. They hooked me up to the IV and everything, started my medicine. I started getting my pains. I was dilated like 3 centimeters. I went in that night at 10 o'clock on a Friday. I had her that Saturday at 4. Between like 4 something, like 4 or something, like 4:30 or something.
Yeah.
So 4:36. So when I got the epidural didn't hurt. When that lady did it and this is 2 different hospitals, 2 different cities. When that lady did it, it was so easy. Like, I hardly felt anything. Like, I felt it and I felt the pain, but it wasn't as bad as with Harmony. Like, that wasn't nothing. My contractions wasn't bad, but they had to break my water. Once they broke my water, my contractions were like kind of bad. Like, I felt them strong. I was just like, oh, like I didn't just feel them in my stomach. I felt them in my stomach and my stuff, like in my private area, and it was like, it hurt. So, after that, they kept putting stuff in me to like get my contractions, not the stress test like they did when I had my other daughter. It was like this little tube thing in there to know when I'm doing my contractions, to record my contractions, and to see if I'm ready to push the baby, whatever. So I dilated like that. Next thing you know, it was time to push. But my medicine, the epidural wore off, and I was like, I'm feeling my contractions. I wasn't feeling actual pressure. I was feeling actual contractions. Just, I was feeling it mild. So I'm telling them, and I was still able to move my toes. So I told them, and they hooked me up to a line with this little button that you can push once the light flash, and it gives you more medicine.
Yeah.
Well, when they gave it to me, she just told me wait for the light to blink, and I could push it, and that's when it's ready, and I can push it, and I can get more medicine. Well, that whole time, the light did not blink at all, not once. So the time is just ticking, and I'm like waiting for to push the button, and it's not working. And next thing you know, I dilated like that, and it was just time for me to push.
Wow.
The doctor came, and was just like, "Oh, you're ready." And I pushed, and I was able to hold my legs up myself, and I felt all of that. Like, you might as well say I had her natural, because I felt everything. I felt her coming out. I felt everything. It was like, it wasn't so much of a burn, like a hurting. It was like burn. It burned. Like it burned. It felt like I was like being tore and ripped, and I just felt her. Like it burned so bad, and I just wanted to get her out so quick because how bad it hurt. So I just pushed and pushed, and I got her out in like 2-3 pushes, like seriously. And I got her out, and then afterwards I was so happy. I felt so much better, and I was just so happy. Now I would do it like 5 more times.
Oh, MG.
I definitely would.
Okay, so for my labor experience, I only have 1 child, and I'm gonna say it wasn't that great. Okay, so I was supposed to get induced. Well, I did get induced, but I was supposed to get induced 39 weeks, but I got induced 38 weeks. I was going up for my doctor's appointment for a non-stress test, and they were saying that my baby heart rate was going up. It was irregular. It kept going up and going down. So it was like 79 to 128 to like 215, back to 79. Like it kept going up and down, up and down. So she said that wasn't normal, that she was ready to come out, like right then and there. She was ready to come out that day. So she made me eat some crackers and take some water to see if her heart rate would go down, and it didn't. So she said, okay, if this keep going, we're gonna have to rush you to the hospital. So I was nervous, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I started calling everybody, like, I'm at the doctor's appointment. She's telling me I'm about to have the baby. Everybody like, okay, we're about to get ready. So I'm there. After I ate my animal crackers and stuff, I ended up throwing up everything. So she was like, yeah, we need to ship you right now. Like, you need to go now. So I am going straight to the hospital, and they took me right back to what is it called? The floor.
Oh, maternity?
Yeah, maternity floor. They took me to the maternity floor, and I was in the bed, and I was just waiting for everybody to come. She was telling me, like, we're going to put you on a non-stress test to make sure her heart rate is okay. Even though it was going up and down, it was only because she was ready to come out. So everything had happened. They gave me the epidural. When I felt the epidural, it didn't hurt that bad because, like she said, it was her second child that she went to the same hospital and got the epidural. So that's what I did. I got the epidural, and it didn't hurt. I mean, you felt a couple notches going up, but it was like pressure. So that's it. Like, I could take a needle, but that's all it was. So it was over with. They gave me a little cord and a wire so I can click the button like her. My button was working. Like she said, her button wasn't working. So every time I seen the green button, the flash come on, I would click it. Because I don't like pain. So I would just click it even if, I didn't have pain. So now, they had to break my water. Like she said, they used a tube to break your water. But I had to take some medicine for my contractions to come, so she can be ready to come out fully, and my cervix to be soft. So I had to take a whole bunch of medicine to get her ready. And by the time she was ready, I was in there all day from the beginning of the morning, and I had her the next day. So the next morning, I was still sitting in bed. I wasn't having that bad of a contractions because I took medicine, so I didn't feel it before it started coming out. Like she said, she was feeling it all like down there and stuff. I didn't feel none of that. So her water broke, and then she started feeling that, and then she got the medicine. I got the medicine, and then they broke my water. So I didn't feel none of that. I just felt like regular cramps. Okay, so that's what I felt, regular cramps, and I had like a headache, and I wanted some water, but I couldn't drink, so my mouth was dry, and I was just like, crying because of my contractions. But it was like cramps for real, like, honestly. But so I'm ready to have her. Next you know, I feel her head down there. Okay, this is so weird. Okay, so I felt her head down there. The doctor is nowhere to be found. Okay, everybody's calling her, telling her that I'm ready to have her. So I felt her head down there, and I'm feeling all this pain, and I'm like, oh, I can't sit up. Usually they will let me sit up, but this time they said no because the baby was ready. So I'm like, no, I have to sit up. My stomach is hurting so bad. I got to move around. They're saying that the epidural is supposed to make you feel paralyzed. If I was paralyzed, I wouldn't have been able to sit up. I wouldn't have been able to wiggle my toes, move one of my legs. Only thing I couldn't feel was my butt and one of my thighs. So
she
I'm like, yeah. So the doctor was telling me like, sit back. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Can you help me up? She said, no, we have to sit you back because the doctor is coming.
She pulled herself up like, yeah.
Yeah, I pulled myself up and I was like, Mommy, can you help me, babe? Can you help me sit up? So I sat up and I was sitting there. Next, you know, she said, the doctor is coming. I said, okay. I sat back. The doctor did not come for at least 10 minutes later, and I'm still sitting there. The only thing that helped me was pushing, okay? So I was still pushing, even though I felt her head. That's the only thing that helped. Even though they said that you wasn't supposed to do that, I still did that because I was in so much pain. I had to do something to make myself feel better, okay? So that's what I did. I was pushing. By the time the doctor came in, she said, oh, you're ready. And she had all her gear on, and she was just like, okay, sit up to the top. And she set me up and everything, and it was time for me to push. And I pushed a couple times, but when I pushed, I felt it all. Because, like I said, my legs wasn't paralyzed, okay? So I felt it all. I was pushing, and she kept telling me to push. And every time I pushed, I got this screaming like, ah. And she said, no, close your mouth and just, you know, say, and squeeze. So that's what I kept doing. And she was like, hold it. So I pushed a good like 4 or 5 times. And then that's when she came out. And that's when I felt like a big relief. But at the same time, I felt that stinging sensation, like you stinging and you burning at the same time, like you being something tight,
yeah,
you know.
And Zari, her baby tore her.
Yeah, bad. Yeah.
A couple tears.
But you know, I'm okay now. Anyways,
so let me tell you this part. Afterwards, after she had the baby, she put the baby out. You know how the doctor get the placenta out? She comes around and she pulls the placenta out, or she gets the placenta out. She felt the placenta in there. She felt her feeling on there. She pushed the placenta out as the doctor was pulling it out as if she was having another baby. So a whole gush of blood just got all over our doctor.
I didn't mean to.
The doctor had on capris. She had on just freshly shaved legs. You know, they have on their doctor gear and everything. And they're only stopped to like, I'll say, like 5 inches below their knee. So all of that was exposed, and she had her feet open all out. You know,
like she was about to go on vacation.
Some polo shoes on, like the Toms. You know how your feet like flats and your top of your feet's open.
She had her new polo sandals,
like, and she pushed it out, and all that blood.
It felt like I was having another baby. Okay, after I had Zaria literally being pushed out and not being ripped and stuff, it wasn't comfortable down there. So her going back in me and grabbing the placenta, it felt like I was having another baby. Like I was being I'm not gonna say ripped again, but I felt burning because I was wet. So she was pulling all that stuff out, and I didn't know what to do. Like it was my first child. But that's the story of us going into labor.
Yeah, and we're about to go out of town to be with our family for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be doing pranks on our little cousins and everyone else. So it's about to be lit.
And when we come back, we're going to be doing seafood boils and stuff. Yeah, mukbang. You're right. We're going to be doing more mukbangs with my brothers and sisters when they come back down here. And yeah, we got a lot, of stuff to, pull on pranks and everybody.
A lot to share with you guys.
Exactly, some crazy stuff.
Keep it up.
Like how she just
our videos.
She just shared how I pushed blood out all on the doctor. We got some stories to tell.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to expose about her too. So it's never nothing.
It's never nothing.
All right, you guys, like, subscribe, and share our videos.
Yes.
If you want us to see or do anything, comment down below.
Exactly.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And make sure you hit the bell to be notified when we make a video. And subscribe, please. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.